Hello everyone, it's NADI, and today we'll be testing out these Kylie Cosmetics concealers. As you gorgeous people know, this is about the product, not the people behind it. Any tip you may have with them, please cast it away, because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. So, funny story about getting these little bitches. I happened to be in LA last week for some meetings, and I noticed that the Kylie truck was gonna be at the Grove in downtown LA. It really was not that far from where I was staying, but because it's California, it took me 2 fucking hours to get there, but totally worth it. Really, the only reason I went to the Kylie truck, because I have so much of her shit already, was to get the concealers, because I had noticed a little bit earlier she posted on her Instagram saying you can test out and buy these fucking things. So I'm like, ooh, nobody else has them, I might as well try them and review them. Well, we already get there and there really isn't that much of a line. There might be like 100 people in front of me, but I mean, really not that bad. Little did I know that they were only taking about 10 people up at a time, and then it would take an additional half an hour just to get those 10 people through. But I thought, you know what, it is snowing like fucking Michigan, it's beautiful out here, I don't mind waiting in line for a few hours. And while we were in line, everybody was lovely, the workers were fabulous, we all even said hello to Chris on her Snapchat because gotta get her 10%. And one of the Kylie truck workers was actually coming around doing concealer swatches on people's hands so that they knew exactly what shade they wanted. And I asked the beautiful girl, are you guys selling these today? She says, oh, I don't know, you'll have to wait till you get up there. I'm like, bitch, that's another like 2 hours in front of me. But again, what do I care? The sun is shining, it's like 75 out, don't give two shits. So it is finally our turn and I walk my little ass up to the truck and I say, I'd like some concealers, please. And the little she-devil in the truck said, oh, I'm sorry, they're not out till next week. Could you come back then? Bitch, no! I just drove 2 fucking hours and stood in line another 3 because your boss said they'd be here. Oh no, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do about it. So I take 3 deep breaths and remember that it's really not worth committing murder over a fucking concealer. And as I'm stepping out of line, I remember, wait, what the fuck happened to the bitch with a huge giant bag of concealers? Like, why can't I buy one of those? So I walk back up to my little space in line, put on my Puss in Boots kitten eyes and say, I'm just a lonely professional beauty YouTuber who stood in line for 3 hours and drove another 2. Is there any way you could help me? And the woman is like, no. But hunty, do we think this bitch is gonna stop there? Hell no, I'm not gonna leave without a concealer or a fucking weave in my hand. So I spot this other beautiful worker because everybody there was fucking gorgeous and I say, look, I drove all the way here, I just stood in line. Is there any like samples that you can sell me? I will literally take anything, I just wanna fucking review them. And she looked at me like, no, but I did all but get on my knees and suck somebody's dick, which would not have been out of the question had she not run in the back and grabbed me too. So even though now I'm a little bit late to the game, I ended up getting them pretty much before anybody else. And my total for the pair of these bitches was $40 with tax, $43.80. So I mean, that is kind of pricey, but I mean, totally worth it. At least I hope, I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, big thank you to the workers at the Kylie truck. If one is in your town, totally recommend going even if you have to wait in line 8 hours. It is kind of cool and worth it, plus you save on shipping. Anyways, let's look at these bitches. The packaging is honestly just okay. It's not like really pretty and bougie like her other packaging. Like this is not sleek whatsoever. Like the lines of concealer on here just looks like a multiracial candy cane. The concealer component itself is kind of the same, very bland. I almost wish it had like the Kylie cum drips on here because that would just make it look a little bit better. I know it's not a liquid lipstick, but I mean, still the presentation could be better. But then again, it is just a concealer, so really who the fuck cares about packaging? When I opened up the box though, the first thing I thought of even before he said this was the Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. And we all know I am not about that drama whatsoever. Like, I hate any type of drama, and I do think it was kind of unnecessary to call this out because, I mean, the Wet n Wild ones are the exact same. Like, this is a very, very common component. Like, I myself have even looked at these exact same components for things that I'm formulating right now, so I mean, this is just very common because it is so customizable. I mean, look at this shit. It is the exact same. That's very, very common in cosmetics, so I don't think it's a big deal whatsoever. And just as another example, this ColourPop Lippy is pretty much the exact same as this one I got from Shop Miss A. Like, it's just a common thing to redesign packaging. But like I said, I'm not getting into the heat of that. I just thought it was kind of interesting. So now let's actually go ahead and look at these bitches and try them on. I got 2 shades. One is Bone and one is Peanut, and I think Peanut may have been a sample that she sold me, but I think Bone is brand new. I'm not 100% positive because the seals have not been broken, but I do always take things out of the end so that they look brand new all the time. I did get Peanut kind of more as a spot concealer, but now that I look at it, it is dark as fuck on me, but we're still gonna try it. And then I did get a lighter shade to highlight my face. And I believe that Kylie said that these were not full coverage, they're light to medium coverage, but buildable. But I just saw a video, I think it was on her social media, where somebody was putting it on and it was covering it up really good. So I thought we'd take a little bit of this eyeliner. This shit is bulletproof, so it will not come off with her concealer, I'm hoping, and I thought we could try to cover this up. Let's dab a little bit of Peanut right onto there, and I guess we'll blot it out with a beauty blender. Okay, that is definitely a lot different than how it looked on the video, because clearly you can still see that blue shit on my hand. Let's go ahead with another little layer, just like that. And I'm applying quite a bit because why the fuck not? I mean, I really can't tell if it's getting lighter or not. What do you think? Maybe a little bit? I don't know. Let's try it one more layer. I mean, when you keep it just like that and don't blend it out, it really does cover, but I mean, what the fuck wouldn't? Nobody's gonna splat this on their face and then just walk around like you have to blend shit out. All right, I think that's probably as good as we're gonna get. No, that's not that terrible. I mean, this doesn't claim to be tattoo covering or anything, but it's definitely not like how it was depicted in that video. I do have a few little spots on my face that I would like to cover, but because this is so fucking dark, I don't think I'm gonna use the darker one. I think I'm just gonna stick to the lighter one, and we'll see how that one works. All right, I have nothing on my face except for a bit of primer, and normally I would use concealer after I apply my foundation, but because this does need layered up to really cover anything, I think I'm gonna apply this before my foundation and then apply my foundation, then maybe apply a little bit after too. I don't think I've ever done that, so we'll see how this works. Ooh, very, very nice consistency. It honestly feels like pretty much every other concealer out there. Also, before we get too far into this, I am going to be using these in another video where I compare them to a supposed very cheap dupe, so make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video, and of course, follow me on all my social media. See it right here. Anyways, let's get into blending this out, and to do so, I'm using a damp beauty blender, and normally I'd use a dry beauty blender when I'm blending out concealer, but because a lot of people use them wet, I'll do it like that. All right, blendy, blendy. Okay, I mean, it seems all right. It does have okay coverage, but it's really nothing too spectacular. Although when I look in my monitor, it looks so much fucking better. I don't know if it's because the lights are like flashing back and covering shit up, but in person, it just looks like a Wet n Wild concealer. What do you all think? No, it's really not a bad concealer whatsoever, and it did blend out fairly well, although around here it almost makes my skin look dry, so it's kind of like pilly. I have no idea if you all can see that or not. You'd probably have to be really fucking close in person, like sucking my face. But right here in this area, no matter how much I blend it out, it just keeps on creasing and pilling. I think before we add the foundation, I'm gonna add a little bit more because I'm really not happy with that coverage. Oh shit, I forgot the swatchy song. Oh, I'm sorry, it'll be in tomorrow's video, so don't worry. Anywho, this is what 2 layers look like. To me, it looks a million times better on camera than it does in person. Like, it doesn't look bad in person, but for $20, there are so many better options. On the opposite side, I am gonna use the same color, and I'm gonna apply a little bit more and blend it out with a brush. I don't typically blend my concealer out with a brush, so we'll see how this goes, but so far, so good. I'm not sure if it's because I applied a little bit more or not, but the coverage actually seems to be better, and it blended out a lot better too. Huh, so maybe the brush is the way to go. Is it as good as other concealers that are comparable in price like this one? I don't think so. But you never know, pretty much any concealer creases on me, so at this point, it's kind of about wear time. I think that's probably good enough for the pre-concealer, and now for foundation, even though I know it's way too fucking dark for me, I'm just missing the California sun, I'm gonna go in with this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. And I know this foundation does kind of have some coverage to it itself, but I think the contrast between the light concealer and this will make it really pop and look good. My god, it looks like I took a bath in fake tanner. Oh, damn, this looks so fucking yellow on me. What the hell did I do? Oh, whatever. It's too late now. We're just gonna roll with it. Oh shit, now I matched this really dark one. It's whatever though. We're still gonna use this. And I am gonna reapply it under my eyes, but I'm also gonna apply it to my forehead and pretty much anywhere else that I'd highlight. And this really does blend out quite nicely. Oh shit, that is so fucking light. Oh damn, it does take off my foundation when I use a brush, so I guess I'm just gonna blend it all out with a beauty blender. Something that I notice is that it looks really, really good, but once you start blending it out, it just kind of disappears. Like the really light coloring is left, but I can still see like the purple underneath my eyes. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but in person, it's really evident. I know at this point, it does kind of seem like I'm packing on concealer, but it doesn't really look that caked up, so I think I'm gonna take a little bit of the darker color and put it right under there, and then mix it with the lighter color. A few dots there, and a few dots there. Maybe that'll make me look a little bit more human and real. I don't know, because now it is kind of starting to look a bit cakey. Like the more that I layer it up, you can definitely tell that you're layering shit on your skin. But now that this is all blended out, it doesn't look natural, but it doesn't look terrible. So I just went around my entire house looking in different mirrors under different lighting, and I definitely do kind of like the way this looks. Right now I have some translucent Laura Mercier powder underneath my eyes because I noticed that it was creasing like a bitch, so I went ahead and patted it out and applied that, and now I think we might as well just do a quick eye look. I guess let's prime our eyes with this Kylie concealer, and since we are in the holiday season, let's be festive fucks and do a basic ass holiday glam look. So I'm setting that concealer with a Tarte's Conch, and I'm just gonna take that on a fluffy brush and blend it all over the eye. And on the same brush, let's go in the crease with a little bit of Marina. And we'll ever so gently place that on the eyelid and then blend it up the crease. Even if this concealer ends up sucking as concealer, it actually is a pretty good primer. Then on a less fluffier brush, I'm gonna take a little bit of Seeker by ColourPop and we'll really build up the crease. So we'll start right there and then very, very gently with a super light hand, just blend it upwards. And let's take whatever is left on that brush and drag it underneath the eye to start smoking it out. With my finger, I'm gonna apply a little bit of this Deck of Scarlet in the shade Caitlin, and I'm just gonna apply it right on the outer corners. Right there, just to give it a nice pop. Oh, damn, I'm glad we put that powder down because there was some serious fallout. But moving on, I'm taking this Morphe shadow. This is Gold Digger, and I'm just gonna place that kind of on the inner half. And what the hell, let's go over into the red as well. Ooh, that had some fallout too, so let's go ahead and dust all that shit away. For the under eye, let's go ahead and smoke out a little bit of Tarte Siren, and I'm gonna start really, really close to the lash line and then work my way out. And what the hell, let's go ahead and bring a little bit of it onto the upper lid as well. We'll give our lower lash a little bit of a line with this brown waterproof liner. Okay, so remember how I said this made a really good primer? I totally take that back. Look at what is happening to my eye. As I'm trying to finish this eye look up, the makeup is actually peeling the fuck off. It's like I took makeup glue and used that as a primer and it's just like peeling off. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Like, I don't know where it all went wrong. This eye is perfect. It's not peeling at all, but this eye just, what the hell? Bleh, could have been so pretty. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We'll try to salvage it. Meh, I guess that's probably as good as we'll get it. Let's just go ahead and finish this up. All right, here we are with the final look. For lips, I ended up using Jeffree Star's Wifey, and for highlight, I used Ofra's Rodeo Drive. Let's go ahead and do a wear time test with this. I will see you in just a second. And we are back. It's actually only been a few hours because I honestly have to take this shit off my eyes. Found out what was making it peel. It was indeed my eyelash glue that had seeped up onto my eye and it was just ruining the entire look. So I'm sorry about that, but at least we know this eye is good and I can totally recommend this as a primer. As a concealer, honestly, it's pretty good as that too. Holy fucking shit. Look at how much it keeps on seeping. Even after I've had this on for so long, it just will not dry down. Anyways, this is what it looks like. It did hold up very, very well, especially after we powdered it. So if you're looking for something nice and light and natural, I would definitely recommend this. If you're looking for a full coverage tattoo covering concealer, then this is not the product to spend your money on. If we can ignore the fucked up eye and look under here, it does look really, really good. That cakiness that it had before totally disappeared once it dried, and I'm just kind of impressed. Do I think this is worth $20? Truthfully, no. I mean, if this didn't have Kylie's name on it, this would be like an $8 to $12 drugstore concealer. Under here, I can still see my dark circles under there. I know the lights do kind of drown it out, but when I'm around the house, you can still see it. This did apply and blend out very, very easily, and it was buildable. I mean, for those days when you don't want to look like a mannequin, this is perfect. If you don't want to spend the money and don't care about Kylie's name being on it, there are definitely so many other cheaper dupes out there, but if you care about having Kylie's name on it and you want it, I mean, get it. You're not wasting your money. And there you go. Let's take these fuckers off. Like usual, please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget, my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepopluxe.com. Also, my latest single, One Last Night, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at OfficialNADI, and you can follow me online at thepopluxe.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!